Our next topic is HTML forms. So, forms will allow us to enter names, email, passwords, whatnot, everything. And the HTML forms generally they take the input from us, I mean from the users, and then it will send to the server for the further processing. For example, if you can see here, there are different types of inputs: text, password, email, number, radio, checkbox, file, date, submit, button, reset. Every input type has different functionality. For example, text. If you use the input type as text, then you can enter any type of text in a single line. If you use the input type called password, then you can keep password, and when you type the characters will get hidden. Email. You can give any of the email you want to validate. Number. You can give any numbers. Radio. Only, for example, we'll have multiple choice options or single choice options like that, right? If you use the radio, you can only select one out of all the options. But if you want to choose multiple options, you can use the checkbox input type. And then file to upload the files, date to select a particular date, submit button, and then button generally submit button, reset button. There will be different types of buttons, right? Like that. And then reset button to reset all the data, you'll have a reset button. So here this is an example. For example, we can take, for example, here input takes the input from the users, right? For example, input type is equals to text. Here you can give input type is equals to password, type is equals to whatever you want to give, you can give that. So input type is equals to text. Placeholder is nothing but before you enter any data, what you want to see in that particular form or in that particular box. That is nothing but the placeholder. The placeholder enter name. Before you enter the name in that particular box, you will see this placeholder in that particular box. And then text area. If you want to have multiple lines of text, then you can use this text area. How many rows you want, how many columns you want, you can specify here. And placeholder, what was the placeholder you want to keep in that particular element, you can keep. And then select, you can give few, it will provide the drop down box, you can select whatever the option you want to. This is about forms. And then next, buttons. You can have for buttons there will be open tag as well as a closing tag. So button type is equal, so there will be lot of buttons, right? For example, submit button, reset button, all of those. So you can give whatever the type you wanted to. For example, button type is equals to submit. Next to the text content, whatever you want to give, you can give, and then the closing tag of the button. These are the clickable buttons. If you click that button, something will happen, right? This is all about HTML forms. Let's look at through hands-on. For example, input type is equals to, you can give text here, and whatever the placeholder you want to give, you can give. For example, enter the text. And if you want to give, if you want to type the password, input type is equals to password, and then placeholder, enter password. And then input type is equals to, for example, email. Let's take only few examples and check. Enter email. That's it. We can get, okay, let's perform the text area also. Text area, you can specify the rows. For example, I want 3 rows, and columns, I want approx 35 columns. I can place a placeholder, enter the multi-line text here. So you can give like this, and let's check the output now. Okay, let's do it for buttons also. button type is equals to submit. For example, you can give whatever the button you want it to. For example, type is equals to reset. Yeah, now let's look at the output. Output of forms. Here you can give text, any text you want to give, and here you can give whatever the password you want to give, and you can check the password as well, like this. Here you can give multiple lines of text, and here you can give email here. And this.
Let us now build the complete form. So let's start it. First, opening tag and closing tag of form, and first everyone will give. Firstly, we'll just let us keep the heading registration form. Okay, so in any type of form, first we will give name, right? So for that, name. Here let's start the code. Input type is equals to text, and the placeholder that I want to keep is enter the name. That's it. And then now let's keep the password. For that also, input type is equals to password, and the placeholder is enter the password. And then let's keep the email. Input type is equals to email, placeholder is equals to enter the email. And then now let's enter the age. Input type is equals to usually age is calculated in numbers, right? So type is equals to number, and here we have to specify the number. For example, the age, definitely the age will be from minimum, the age value is 1, and let's keep the maximum as 100. So let's give that min is equals to 1, max is equals to 100. Okay, now let's define the gender. Input type is equals to, so for to, actually there were female, male, like that, right? Only one option should be clicked. To click only one option, we will use a radio buttons. So name, let it be gender. So the first one is male, sorry, and then the same, you can continue the same in the next line also. Instead of male, let's keep the female. That's it. And the next one is skills. For skills, here also let's keep it down. Okay, for skills, input, you can have multiple skills, right? Not just one. So for that, I am giving checkbox so that you can select multiple skills. HTML, let's give 2 more. So CSS, and then let's give JavaScript. Okay, and after the skills, I want to upload the file. For example, upload file or resume, whatever you want, you can go ahead to keep. So input type is equals to file, that's it. And then I want to choose the date. For that also input type is equals to date, that's it. And then now let's go through the buttons. So button, input type is equals to button. So let the button name is submit. Two kinds of buttons. So input type is equals to submit. Let me give the value as register. And then I want to keep the type of button to be reset. So reset is nothing but clearing, right? So I'll keep clear all. So this is about forms, and now let's go and check the output. Let's add the break line tags in each and every line. Let's add the password, email, and age, gender, skills. You can choose whatever the file you want to. For example, I was choosing this, so it was uploaded, right? And then you can choose the date. This is how you can fill the registration form.